Hello, everybody. Welcome on into MLB 11 here on MLB 11, the show here on youtube.com/SeanSportsRex. I'm Sean, streaming 5 nights a week. Thank you for joining me. Let's jump into today's games. We have 4 of them. They were all wheel spin games because there are only 8 games to pick from. And we have kind of a weird spot in the schedule where not a lot of playoff caliber teams are playing other playoff caliber teams. Thanks, Toronto. We're going to start in Cincinnati. The Reds taking on the Dodgers. We will head to Kansas City. Royals taking on the Blue Jays. Blue Jays kind of looking to save their season. We'll have the Tigers playing the Athletics on the West Coast, and then we're going to go all the way back east. Mariners taking on the Rays because we have that last... the Mariners always have the last game up. Streamed a little bit of NFL 2K5, and I forgot. I said it in my head, and then I immediately forgot to change or to take that image down, but thankfully it's nothing terrible or offensive. Well, welcome on in. The Reds are under 500 at 25-31. The Dodgers are 26-30. The Reds were in contention there for a little while, but they've been struggling for the last couple of weeks, and that's made things a little bit funky. But welcome on in, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. Give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. If you'd like more content, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. All that stuff is free, easy way to help the channel. And there you have it. I really enjoyed my time playing NFL 2K5. I'd like to play more of it. We'll see when I get around to it. Dodgers and Reds from Great American Ballpark. Both these teams kind of out of it, and I don't even know if they were in it, if they would really deserve it. I don't love teams under 500 getting in, Carolina Panthers, but you know what? The rules are set the way that they are. 2K5 legend Juan Pierre is the designated hitter. He'll be leading things off. Carlos Beltran in center field. Ryan Braun's in left. Adam Dunn at first. Michael Stanton in right. Wilson Betemit at third. Did I say Adam Dunn at first or third? Either way. Adam Dunn's at first. Wilson Betemit's at third. Or Gordon Beckham at second base. Paul Janish. Janish? Not sure. Ryan Domit. He will be the catcher. John Lester, the lefty, is 4-4 with a 7.06 ERA. 11 games, 29.1 innings pitched, 39, 17, and 27 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Happy Friday to those of you celebrating. Hopefully we'll have the bracket reveal on Sunday. Juan Pierre is going to lead things off. It took a little more work to organize than I thought it would. But, you know, sometimes it's just how it goes. I also didn't manage my time super well, if we're just being completely honest. It's a little bit of both. I scheduled out time. I didn't schedule out enough time for it. And then even if I had budgeted the time correctly, I think it would have been easier to get the dash done. But you know what? It happened. Things happen. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. There's also a possibility that, like, I'm saying all of this to people who didn't even know what was happening today. Lefty is ready to face Juan Pierre. He fires that one well outside. I know that's pitch number 2 of the at-bat while I was yapping, but it's a 1-2 count. That was pitch number 3 of the at-bat, Sean. You're so far behind, you're behind. Here's the 1-2. Pierre fouls that one off. 4. Just to stay alive. To lock in here. That's a low. Good take by Pierre there. Started low. You knew it was going to drop even lower. We have not gotten an official announcement of MLB The Show stuff for Tuesday, right? That is... Oh, he's hit by pitch. I apologize. Carlos Beltran steps in. 216 average. I didn't see the replay, and then I missed... Or I didn't see it in full real time, and then I missed the replay. They'll check on the runner. That almost got away. He's safe. So what? Yeah, Pierre got hit. Pitch way inside. Oof, got him on the hip. Those are the ones that look the most, not like weird as the strike gets the inside edge. It just looks funky sometimes. It's just hard to tell if the game's going to give you those, what's it called? Ball is dropped by the catcher, but runner stays at first base. Pierre shakes his head. Let me, oops. See if I can grab MLB show. Nice stop by the second baseman. Fires over to first. He'll move forward to second base, but a nice stop regardless. Yeah, looks like there's nothing going on there. We do have the report card, which I might do a video on and throw up one night. Or one day. Maybe it'll be a specialty video. How long? I wonder how long that stays live. I should probably get on it sooner rather than later. Just in case. Because what if I play some more games? You never know. That pitch misses outside for a ball. So a runner on second, Juan Pierre. He has a lot of speed. Loved using him as a leadoff hitter in ESPN MLB 2K5. That 3-inning season was a lot of fun. With the cheats, granted some of the fielding cheats really helped. If I were to do another one, I would take off the super diving in the outfield because it just never helped the CPU. It felt like I always had the advantage. Whereas the other stuff is fairly even. The walks for a run, the strikeouts for a run, and the no physics, where the ball just kind of pings around the outfield. Here's the wind and the pitch from the lefty. It's a walk. So they've issued a walk. They have hit a batter. They were able to get one out on a ground out. But it has not been a strong start for Lester here in the first game of our coverage. Had to bring up Adam Dunn, the lefty, batting .311, 5 hits, 13 RBI. The lefty winds and gets that low and inside. Oh and 1. Double play in order, but we have already seen an opportunity for a double play fall by the wayside for the Reds. Big swing and a miss for Adam Dunn. And Dunn swings again. Goes south to north there. Swung over the pitch at the low part of the zone. Swung under the pitch at the top half of the zone. That was likely going to be ball number 1, but Dunn pretty aggressive at the dish, and that will set him down. Michael Stanton, you might know him better as Giancarlo Stanton, steps in. One and 0. Lefty winds and fires. Gets the strike on the outside corner. Stanton shakes his head as he does not agree with the call. I thought it was a little odd there. And it'll bring it to a 1-1 count. The lefty gets a foul ball. Stanton. I think that was a 1-1 pitch. Yeah, I was going to say stays alive, but I was like, I don't think he's seen that many strikes. Here comes the 1-2. So Lester's already done that a couple of times now in this game in these first 4 batters. Started low, got a swing, tried to go high to get that chase again. It worked the first time, but Stanton able to not fall for it. Runners will not advance. I think that's a smart call. Didn't really get that far away from the catcher. They typically don't even try to advance from second to third when the ball goes that way. So it makes sense that nobody goes anywhere. It is a nice job by the catcher to get on top of it. Does create the full count. Stanton fouls it away to stay alive. On the payoff pitch, runners running. And they will do that again here with another payoff pitch. And 2 gone. They will call ball 4 on the outside edge. Was not 100% sure what the call was going to be, but it'll be bases loaded with 2 gone. Wilson Betemit steps in, and he was ahead of that last hitter. He was ahead 1-2. Could not get the... Oh, that is lined out to right field. He just got under that one right at the warning track. Oh, he is going to want that swing back. It's a bit of a hanger. Stayed up in the zone. Get you introduced to the Cincinnati lineup here in just a moment. No score. We're heading to the bottom of the first. Welcome back. We didn't go anywhere. Cincinnati has Grady Sizemore, the center fielder, leading off. Michael Young at third. Chris Nelson, Rad Cruz in right. Ty Wigington is at first. Logan Morrison in left. Daniel Murphy is at second. Ryan Spielborz in the designated hitting position. JP Arancibia is the catcher. And Starlin Castro, the shortstop. Ricky Nolasco, the righty, is 3-6 with a 6.21 ERA, 11 games, 29 innings, 38, 11, and 23 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Here's your LA Dodgers defense. Grady Sizemore is ready. Here's the wind and the pitch. Sizemore fouls that one away. Up the third base line. Readies and fires outside for a ball. I think the Dodgers would be in better position to sneak into the playoffs in the National League West with the Rockies not as dominant a team, and they're a little closer just because of that. The Pirates have been kind of working their way to run away with the NL Central. The Reds were already kind of they weren't playing very well when it was a crowded, like 3 or 4 team race, but they've fallen behind so badly. That is lined out to center field. Leadoff hit for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they will start things off on a positive note. I do feel like the playoff race is taking shape, unfortunately for us, a little sooner than I would have liked it to. Each league has a couple of teams that are... Each league has one division and have 2 teams that are playing well enough to drive opportunities away from anybody else. Nice steal attempt, safe at second. And that is a stolen base. Bad throw, and the Dodgers don't get the terrible animation of the guy just spinning around and tagging him. So the Reds put a runner in scoring position with nobody gone, and the Dodgers fire a pitch low for a ball. 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is outside, ball 2. 2-1. See if the Reds can get on the board early in this one. In the National League, you have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Florida Marlins. Kind of above everybody else in the American League Central, it is the Royals and the Guardians that have put some distance between themselves and the rest of the pack in the wild card chase. And there aren't a lot of like division games where like the Royals and the Guardians would like beat each other up a little bit, giving other teams chances to climb. There just aren't any of those left in this season. A game with a custom schedule would be really great. Swung on and missed. So, a strikeout after the hit and the stolen base puts one away here. Still a runner in scoring position, obviously, but Nelson Rad Cruz, 6 home runs, 22 RBI. Having a good season on a sub 500 team. He'll take a look at pitch number 1. It's low for a ball. Might have been like a touch inside, but it doesn't really matter when the pitch is that low. That's outside for a ball. I'm not sure what they're chancing. It's hard to break Reds into two syllables. Let's go Reds. And Cincinnati's too many syllables. Let's go Cincinnati. That's just a mess. Doesn't work. Ready is ready. He'll wind and fire the 2-1. That is spoiled at the first base line. Ooh, fouls that one back. Good defensive swing to stay alive. Umpire hasn't had too many or any weird calls yet, but you never know. Don't even give him the chance. That is outside for ball 3, so a payoff pitch upcoming. The righty winds and fires. Oh, we can't take a look at that pitch. He's knocking himself in the head because he knows it was a bad take. That pitch started like it was going to be inside, and it was one of those weird ones that leaked over the plate. It's so weird. It's like they aim for that edge of the zone, and we just watch it dive one of two ways. So back-to-back strikeouts, and he's 1 out away from getting out of a jam. Leadoff hit. They stole a base. Put themselves in scoring position with nobody out. They haven't been able to do anything about it. 1-0. The righty is ready. He winds and fires. The curveball. Smashed foul. Foul ball. Ooh, gets the swing and the miss on a pitch upstairs. Seen that a couple of times from these pitchers, getting a swing and then just trying to drive it up out of the zone. Gets the chase on that one. Here's the 1-2. Hit well, but foul. Foul ball. Sorry, my bad. I got ahead of the umpire there. That's on me. Pitcher is ready for the 1-2. Winds and fires. He stays alive and fouls it off. And a broken bat, little flare. The first, no one went for that. Nobody went for that. They just were like, you know what? It's a strike. Don't worry. It's all good. Stays 1-2. Batter doing a good job to just stay alive. That is fouled away. I think either way you slice it, the way that you'll look at this out or whatever it is. Hey, at least you saw a lot of pitches. Here's the 1-2. Again, low for a ball. 2-2. Two and two with 2 out, a runner on second in the bottom of the first. The wind of the pitch, out of the way. Kind of anything was not anticipating that sound effect. Anything that's been close to the zone, he's at least been able to get a hold of. That's way outside. If he's been swinging at it, he's been able to get a piece of it. Get a hold of it implies that he's blasting balls all over the place. Don't love that sentence, but here we are. Here's a payoff pitch. It is smacked foul. Doing a nice job spreading out the love. Here's some foul balls over here. Here's some foul balls over there. You get a foul ball. You get a foul ball. Here comes the 3-2. Another payoff pitch. Struck him out. Oh my goodness. He was doing so good at just getting a piece of the ball when it was near the strike zone. Like reasonable swings. And he just kind of locked him up there at the bottom of the zone. So it was a hit and a stolen base. 3 consecutive strikeouts thwarts the thread. We're heading to the top of the second. No score. Here's the lefty. He'll wind and fire. High. The pitch at least looked okay, in my opinion, but I'm not a 2011 digital umpire. Here's the lefty winding. That one's inside for a ball. 2-0. Ready's the pitch and misses low. 3-0 the count now. So neither of these pitchers are throwing just, I don't know. Neither pitcher looks particularly good. They have done a good job. Like, they'll get swings low in the zone and then they'll try to get the chase outside of the zone up top. That's been at least an interesting thing to look at, but that is hit out towards right field. That's going to get into the corner. It'll be a double as he hits first and makes the turn. The throw in from right is closer than you might think, but he is safe. It's a leadoff double for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and yet again the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position with under 2 outs. They had Juan Pierre on second with just 1 out. Paul Janish. How did I screw up his first name? Janish was what I was paying attention to. Poole. Slaps that one foul. Sorry. Foul ball. That was a late foul ball. That hit like the second deck and you just went, no. Lefty winds in, fires, gets a strike quickly, 0-2 to the right-handed pitcher. And that'll be lifted to left field. Do they send him around third? They will not. It'll be runners on the corners with nobody gone. And the Dodgers in the best position yet to threaten to score a run. And it's the first time we've seen a baseman actually get past second. Baseman gets to second, nobody out in the bottom of the first. Baseman to second runner to second with a 1 out for the Dodgers. Nobody's been able to advance. I think if you're the Reds here, you trade 2 outs for the 1 run. Unless you trust your catcher to hold on to it and take the brunt of the contact. Here comes the pitch. It is in for a strike. That is smashed foul. Well, ground ball. Outside for a ball. Two and two. Runners on the corners, nobody gone. And does a good job to split those defenders. It'll score a run. Will they send the runner to third? No. And, hey, pretty good decision to throw a little bit up the line. Gets him off his feet, but I don't know that the game is going to be able to slide down. Some of the catches to tags animations, those can be, like, pretty aggressive. Juan Pierre is back up. He got hit by a pitch. Then he stole a base. What can he do here with a runner in scoring position? Still nobody gone here for the Dodgers in the top of the second. It's a lefty-lefty matchup as the lineup flips over. He misses the zone wide, 1-0. That is foul up the third baseline. Here comes the 1-1. Pierre thinks about it. No appeal down to third base. It'll be a ball outside. 2-1. And Pierre will slice this out towards left field. Does he have the length? No, he dives his face into the padding on the wall. I can't imagine that's all that good to hit, but eats the wall and does not come up with the ball. Pierre gets another shot at it and just drives it right to the second baseman. There's out number one. Double play still in order. Carlos Beltran. He'll be the next batter. That is swung on and missed. Big hero swing from Beltran. Looking to really add to this lead. We saw that kind of be a recipe in one of the games we watched recently. They scored one run, they put a couple on, and it was a 3-run blast. I think they won that game 4-3. Leads have not been safe lately. Oh and 2 after the swing. That is low. It's going to get away. Both runners will advance, and that erases the double play. That bounced up the first base line, so it made it an easy decision to try to get to third. He tried to block it. Wasn't a great pitch from Lester. That is low for a ball. Lester winds and fires. It's inside for a ball. Three and 2. There's a payoff pitch driven into right center field. The gap. It'll hit the wall off. And it'll score 2 runs. So they 1-out 2-run double. Extends the lead to 3-0. Beltran coming up big. And the pitch got away from the catcher. They probably would have just scored the 1. They're going to go to the bullpen already. It'll be Dan Cortez. Dan Cortez? Okay, it is Dan Cortez. 15 games, a 1-4 record, a 12.08 ERA, no saves, 12.2 innings pitched, 9 and 16 walks and strikeouts. Hey, it's an okay ratio. It's all right. So I'll bring in the righty to hopefully get out of this mess and limit the damage to just 3 runs. And not a good start as he misses outside with the ball. Here comes the 1-0. It's low for a ball. Ball 2. That is hit to the gap again. And that'll score a run. They'll trade places. It's another 1-out double. Another 1-out run scoring double. Adam Dunn's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Had to face a left-handed pitcher last time. This time he gets the righty. So they bring in the right-hander from the bullpen to try and stop the bleeding, settle things down a little bit. He immediately gives up a hit and a run. That one stays upstairs. Done with better eyes that time. Chased the first one that was out of the zone like that. Let the second one go. 4-0 now. Dodgers over the Reds. That is swung on and missed. Swung over the top. One and one. In the corner for a strike, 1-2. Swung on and missed. Dunn is aggressive. He's not getting a ton of pitches to hit. A lot of stuff has been out of the zone. I mean, look at the swing track where that pitch is located. You can barely see the blue. It's a 78-mile-an-hour changeup. He's just late on the swing timing, which is brutal considering the fact that he was that far out of the zone that it barely registered in the expanded area of what they show the strike zone. 2 gone, a runner on second. That's rolled foul up the first baseline. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's going to get away from the catcher. Again, not super far and up that third baseline. Means that the runner will dive back to second. That's inside for a ball. We are only in the top of the second, by the way. These innings have been a lot longer than you might think. We see a 4-0 game here where even the Reds inning was kind of on the longer side. Here's the throw from center field. He's out. Oh my goodness. The throw was technically up the line, but it was so bad it was good. Morrison, Murphy, and Spielborgs coming up. Can we look at the replay? Holy moly. So here comes the throw in. It's going to get into the glove. Wait, hold on. Controller. For the love of all that is holy. Stop. Stop moving. So what is happening here? Is it his face mask? Hold on, we gotta pull it back. Camera. Does that count? The game thinks it counts. Oh my goodness. Because he gets the ball right there. The arm is through the face. He never gets tagged with the ball. And he is out at the plate. That is an even more bizarre out than I realized. Wow. That is a ball inside. An idea for future randomized franchise. MLB featuring Ken Griffey Jr. has shortened seasons and a random draft. But it's 9-inning games. 9-inning games and you only control one team. Oh. Hold on. Are you referring to this lovely game on the Nintendo 64, or are you referring to a Super Nintendo game? Ignore the hair. That's pretty brutal. I don't think it showed on camera, but unfortunately for me, this copy doesn't work. But I do appreciate the suggestion. I love it. I actually might have, you know what? I plugged this in to try and test it because I was going to use it for like an off day thing, but it doesn't work. Let's see here. We'll look at eBay. So I got paid yesterday. I'm financially irresponsible. Hold on. Stop! Sorry. I yelled at my phone. That was on me. I apologize. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. MLB featuring Ken. Okay, not MBL. MLB. Okay. N64. 1050. Okay. 1342. Ooh. CIB for $40. That's in for a strike. I'll have to look into it. I'm really bummed that this doesn't work. It's basically just a display piece that I haven't had on my shelf in months. It's just been sitting on my desk, foul ball. It's sitting on my desk, taunting me with its inability to work. That's outside for a ball. So would your suggestion be more what I'm doing right now with the commentary, or would it be more like a regular MLB season where I just play as the one team? Also, does this game have real players? Why is this so gross? My desk. Here's the wind and the pitch. That game, I don't know why, is sticky. I'll be honest, no idea. The games would be roughly an hour long. You could maybe get maybe 2 games an episode. Yes, as of 98. Okay, thank you for that. That's why you're the head of research. And here's the funny thing about that. I don't think you have to research it. I think you just know it. You're locked in. You're ready to roll with this information. Maybe get 2 games. That's not bad. Do you happen to know what the season lengths are? God, I gotta buy this game. Not crap in a bad way, but also like, I can't have it now. That's my problem. $40. I shouldn't be as tempted by the CIB as I am. Oh, someone has it tagged with Supercross 2000. Like, here's the game you really want and some crap that I would love to just get rid of. It's one of the better priced ones. Oh, you can get a WADA 7 sealed. Yeah, $400 or $350. Tested work. $8, $10. That's fouled away. God, a $40 CIB. Oh, King Griffey Jr. and Slugfest. Oh. Why is that a combo? $15. $10 in shipping, though. Here, we'll give this a heart. We'll see if we get a deal. Where'd the other one go? Oh, case only. And that is outside for a ball. Because we can always work around, tinker around with it. Here's the wind and the pitch. 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled away. I've been too busy looking at eBay listings. Foul ball. 3-2. Now the payoff pitch on the way. 2 outs with a runner on second. I wonder if it was just like a 9-inning. If it was a 9-inning game, if it'd just be worth like, hey, here's your game of the day. Pitch winds and fires. That one is going to be hit out towards center field. Looked like it was going to maybe go toward the gap of the wind. Blows it into the center fielder's glove. Betterment, Beckham, and Yanish coming up. 4-0 Dodgers. I wonder if I could find this game around here. As much as like eBay is convenient, there are places in my area that have retro games, like that specialize in retro games. But of course, I bought it from one of them, and that was doesn't work. Crap. Now I'm locked in. Now I just want to break a. Just you know what? We don't need this anymore. Toss it. I'm on a mission. We are in the top of the third. Dodgers 4, Reds nothing. In what's been a kind of longer game. A lot of pitches thrown to most of these batters. I don't think we've seen a 1-pitch, 1-swing, 1-out. Here's the wind. That is fouled away. Nope. Lost my eBay. That is hit into right field, so the Dodgers will keep smacking the ball around the yard, apparently. So what is Ken Griffey Slug Fest? Known for its arcade style. Oh, okay. I guess the question would be is which is more interesting, Slugfest or... Oh, this kind of looks... That is hit out towards left field. Left fielder will jog on over and grab it. That's an out of the runner back to first. King Griffey Jr. Slugfest. Bursting with stunning realism and high excitement baseball action, King Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest drives home the winning run. Improved player animations and color commentary by Dave Niehaus, the voice of the Mariners, make you feel like you're ready. You're really at the game. While easy-to-use controls, updated rosters, and statistics, and an optional fantasy draft. It's a feature, everybody. A fantasy draft is a feature. Make it even more fun than being there. Super high resolution mode, only available when using the N64 expansion pack. Delivers amazing detail and stunning graphics. That is hit to the shortstop. Nice stop. Gets the lead runner at second. The turn not in time at first. Stare down the batters on every pitch with the all-new pitcher cam. 4 players can control teams in season mode. Licensed by Major League Baseball and the Players Association. Create and save your own big league players. Shout out to Stats Inc. That's a logo that I recognize specifically from the N64. Whoops. Lost my page. I should just take them up on that. I should just buy both of them. Major League. Oh, look at that. You knew what I wanted to look at. Swung on and missed. I want to read the back of that. Oh, Game Boy. That sounds like an awful thing to watch. Oh, he's on a cover of Nintendo Power? Hold on. There's Nintendo Power. Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball. And then below that it says Star Trek The Next Generation. It couldn't be a more Sean magazine. How much? What is that? Hold on. Nintendo Power issue 59. There is the out. That'll do it for the top half of the third. Last chance for the Reds, 4-0. Castro, Sizemore, and Young. Nintendo Power issue 59. $10. It just says in all caps, April 1994, make offer. That is hit well, but foul. Boy, people don't really have that listed. It's mostly just like issue 1. Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. Okay, Sean, we cannot possibly get distracted with this. That is an out to the first baseman. Rabbit Rampage. New Metroid comics. Cool. Okay. I did really want to look at the back of the box. Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest box. That doesn't feel like it's helpful. That is hit out towards right field. It'll get down. One hops to the right fielder, and that'll be a base hit. Michael Young 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Game Boy Edition. Ah, that's the Slugfest. No, this is the... Oh, this is the one that I read. No, it's not. It's different. Sean, buddy, please. They are going to throw down to second in time. That is an out. Not a great decision there for Cincinnati. I know you're trying to create action on the base paths, but yikes. It's 1-0, and just like that, 2 gone. That is going to be rolled over to the shortstop. He'll grab it cleanly, fire to first in time, and that'll finish the game. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll find out more about Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Why do you not work? Or your pins must be bad. The Dodgers score all 4 runs in the second inning. Reds never really felt like they had much of a chance. Both teams struggled in the first. They put runners in scoring position with under 2 outs. Nobody could capitalize. The Dodgers take advantage of that 4-run second, and the Reds maybe a little too aggressive there at the end. Ricky Nolasco, 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. 162, 1 or pennant chase are the season options. What? Ricky Nolasco improves to 4-6. John Lester to 4-5. Huh. I wonder what does pennant chase mean? Okay. Yankees, they beat the White Sox 4-0. 162 or 81. Sorry, typing it. Oh, /1. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I mean 81's the answer. I just wonder how that's spread out. Oh, I gotta. Why do you not work? Yeah, you be yelling at an N64 cartridge. Let's see. Yankees over the White Sox 4-0. Phillies over the Nationals 1-0. Dodgers over the Reds 4-0. And we will watch the Blue Jays and the Royals. The Royals. The Blue Jays need to save their season with a win here. The last weeks of the season. Oh, okay. The Blue Jays really need a win to save their season here. The Blue Jays have had 3 really big series. One of them a little less important, but it became important because they weren't playing particularly well. They had a big, long series against the Royals. We watched a couple of those games. Then they played the Tigers, and now they're playing the Royals again. So a little bit of an AL Central gauntlet for the Toronto Blue Jays. The problem is that they just keep losing. The Royals keep winning, and so that's put Cleveland in the middle spot. But because Toronto keeps losing, they're falling further away, and Toronto's just kind of sitting more comfortably in that second spot. The last 4 weeks of the season, by the way, is what they said. Here is the 27-29 Toronto Blue Jays taking on the 33-23 Kansas City Royals. I skipped the word 4. I just read the last weeks of the season. You were very helpful, and I didn't read it correctly, and I apologize. If I had my copy, I would consider shipping it to you, but I don't have it anymore. Well, I appreciate the offer. Johnny Damon is in left field. He'll be leading off for the Toronto Blue Jays. Andre Ethier in right. Miguel Cabrera at first. Designated hitter is David Ortiz. Xavier Nady is in center field. Mike Aviles is at third base. Derek Jeter, the shortstop. Juan Uribe is at second. And Rod Barajas is the catcher. Okay, so Ken Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball. Oh, actually, we'll get your pitching stats here, and then we'll read this. Make your dreams of becoming a Major League pitcher. Major Leaguer. Why? What? I haven't had anything to drink, but I feel like I have. Luke Hovicher. 5-5 with a 5.29 ERA. 11 games, 32.1 innings pitched. 39, 11, and 23 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Kansas City Royals defense looks like this. In the back of the box for Major League Baseball feature, Ken Griffey Jr. says this. Make your dreams of becoming a major leaguer a reality. Hit a grand slam, pitch a no-hitter, go for the cycle, and steal home, all in the same game. If that's not enough, check out the real-time stat tracking in over 30 major categories. Improve your team by making the right trades and picking up the best free agents. Major League Baseball trademark, or registered trademark, featuring Ken Griffey Jr. is so real every pitch counts. So it has 30 MLB teams, including the 2 new expansion teams in all 30 MLB stadiums. Draft and trade from more than 700 MLB players. The bunt is foul. Statistic tracking for over 30 major categories. Season, World Series, Home Run Derby, and exhibition modes. Feel the crack of the bat using the N64 Rumble accessory. And save seasons to the N64 Game Pack memory and transfer to the N64 controller pack. Oh, so it has, like, specific memory? We had that game as a kid. I don't know what happened to the original copy of it. That'll be out to right field, and that will be caught. 4 out. Andre Ethier. He's batting .303. 5 home runs, 15 RBI. So we're underway here in Kansas City. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out, for joining me on this lovely Friday evening as we learn all about Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball N64 games. And I sit here, taunted and tempted by eBay listings. That is out towards right field. It's going to get out! Home run, Toronto. I was going to say it before the game started, but Toronto has been one of the more frustrating teams to watch at times. We go down that list. We go down that lineup of, like, name value, and it's weird that they are under 500. And then we watch them, and they're like, ugh, God, not great. I forgot about the little extra thing, the Rumble Pack for N64 controllers. I don't think I have ever had one. It is really weird. The N64 has some weird stuff. Between that and the expansion pack and the memory card, But like some had game pack memory, and I don't know, it's all weird. Nice play by the second baseman to flip over to first in time for the out. Found one on GameStop for around $10. Oh shit, I forgot GameStop even did that. That is low. That's outside for a ball. $9.49 for pros. That's a strike on the outside corner. Ooh, Fox Sports College Hoops 99. And that'll be hit out towards center field. And it'll be a hit. So Ortiz comes up with a nice swing of the bat here in the first inning. His average is not where you would want it to be. Especially as a, not only for like David Ortiz, you know, like again, name value, but just for your 4-hole hitter, you're like, I don't know about that. Punch him out. It would be more of an off-season series, given each game would take almost an hour. It'd take as long as a standard season game in the show. No, absolutely. I appreciate the suggestion. Because it could be more fun, rather than playing like everybody knows the show. Here's a different style of game, different era of game. I also do like the idea of walking, like going further back. Like we're playing on a PlayStation 5 for the regular season, and then the off season we just keep going further back. We'll be on the Super Nintendo in 2027. Foul, foul. The righty winds and fires. Ooh, jams him pretty nicely. And makes a nice easy play from third over to first. Toronto gets on the board via the solo home run, so they get an early lead. It'll be up to Kansas City to respond here in the home half. Center fielder Austin Jackson will be the first to step up to the plate. Reed Johnson is the designated hitter. Mark Teixeira at first. Jeff Frazier in right field. Alexi Ramirez is the shortstop. Josh Willingham is the left fielder. Brian McCann, the catcher. Neil Walker, second baseman. And Placido Polanco is the third baseman. If it ever comes to Nintendo Switch Online, would you play it on the Switch? Yes. Cole Hamels is the lefty, 2-6, 6.83 ERA, 11 games, 27.2 innings pitched, 44, 15, and 10? There's no way there's only 10 strikeouts. 18. Okay. I was like, that can't be real. So the lefty Hamels is ready. Here's the first pitch of the bottom half of the first. It's in for a strike. 0-1. Oh, it's on the 64 is on the expansion pack. I'd have to upgrade my Switch Online. I forgot about that. That's foul. Swung on and missed. So Jackson set down on strikes for out number 1. Are you against playing emulator on your PC if it saves you $20? No, I'm not against. I'm absolutely not against. I'm not against playing the emulator. The question would be, is my PC against running an emulator and streaming / recording at the same time? Would be more the concern. In for a strike. I think in a lot of cases, emulation would make a lot of sense. Like, it makes more sense to emulate the Futurama video game because it's, like, really stupidly expensive. Quickly 2 gone. Mark Teixeira stepping up. Hamels has kind of a big ERA. If he's able to get through these first 3 batters with minimal problem, it's a good start for Toronto. Try and climb themselves to 500. They would need a sweep of the Kansas City Royals to stay above 500 after this series. But we'll see what they can do. Lefty winds and fires. That one's low for a ball. One and one. 2 gone. Hamels is ready with the pitch. He fires high for a ball. 2-1. I forget what might have actually been this game. I forget. There was a sports game that I was thinking about recently. Of like, I should just, I could just emulate it easily. That's high for ball 3. 3-1. Just to test it out. It was MVP baseball. MVP 07. It's like, oh, if I didn't have to spend $25 on this stupid game. That is hit well by Teixeira, but it is foul. That'll fill up the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Charge! Hamels winds and fires, hit toward the second baseman. He comes up with the ball and throws it to first in time for the out. That will retire the side quickly. It'll bring up Toronto with a 1-0 lead. The 6, 7, 8 hitters on the way. Mike Avila's going to lead things off. Then it's Derek Jeter behind him over there on deck. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is just foul. Had just enough spin on it to drive it past the bag. That is hit right back up the middle, so a single to get things started for Toronto here in the top of the first. Right back up the middle. Derek Jeter, 324 average, 1 home run, 4 RBI, a couple of stolen bases. Jeter takes a ball low. 1-0. And I don't know about that one. Seemed a little bit low, but might have crossed in time. Either way, it's a strike, so it's 1-1 to Jeter. Runner on first, looking for a little more offense here. They will put the runner in motion. It's going to be rolled over towards third. Actually, kind of a nice play because it avoids the double play. I'm sure Jeter would have liked to get a lot more on the ball there, but Hey. It at least moves the runner over. Juan Uribe is up next. 1 out and a runner on second. That is a strike at the bottom of the zone. If I'm the pitchers, I'm taking a note of that, and I'm going to really work the bottom of the zone. That's 2 now that we've seen to these last couple of batters that look a little bit low. Oof. That one just got the edge, I guess. Apparently, this umpire has somewhere to be, given all the strike calls. And then that's just a really bad swing. Jams him. Easy play from third to first, and that is out number 2. And because of where the ball is placed, he can't even advance the runner to third. At least Jeter was able to take advantage of the steal attempt to hit and run and make it a productive out. That doesn't help anybody. So with 2 gone, he'll take a look at a strike. It is the catcher. That was the one piece of information I was able to glean from that quick look at my own channel. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to get away, and that is kind of a delayed move up to third, but he's safe by plenty of time. Just seemed like it took him an extra second or 2 to start running towards second or third. So his hit and run advances him to second, a passed ball advances him to third, and the foul ball keeps him there. The righty winds and fires. That'll be slapped into right. That will score a run. So some 2-out damage for the Toronto Blue Jays makes it 2-0. Oh, thinking about it, the cool thing about the Griffey games is they're so old we'd be able to watch the Montreal Expos. Johnny Damon, 0 for 1. Damon takes a pitch up high for a ball. For as finicky as some of those strikes have been toward the bottom of the zone, I'm surprised that was a ball call. Either way, it's 1-0. Runner on first with 2 outs. He'll take a pitch outside. 2-0. Two-0 pitch is hit and knocked into left field. It'll just advance the lead runner to second. So they'll go station to station and continuing to pick up 2-out damage. Andre Ethier, 1 for 1. He had that solo home run back in the first while we were reading the back of a Nintendo 64 box. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a strike. Here comes the 0-1. It is hit foul. That's fouled away. Staying alive here with an 0-2 count. And swung on and missed. Got him into an auto swing mode there. Fouled a couple of pitches off. I like the location. Just went outside and hoped that he was going to stay aggressive. He did. And it's a strikeout. And Frazier, Ramirez, and Willingham look to respond to the extra run Toronto put up on the board. 2-0 Blue Jays. Heading to the home half of the second. Jeff Frazier. Hamels winds and fires low for a ball. And does not get the call. That feels like a spot in the zone. They're just outside of the zone that they gave a couple of pitches to the Royals, but I don't know about that one. That one fouled away. Jammed him on the inside just a little bit. And, okay, there's the spot. He found it low. Gets a strike call on something that might have been just a touch below the knees. Makes it 2-2. And swung on and missed it. And we have seen that consistently here in this in today's games, going low and then just sailing it into the zone at the high side. 91 miles an hour on the running fastball. Does get the zone. It's not quite as tucked into the corner, I'm sure, as he wants it. I know that when those pitches leak over when I'm playing, I'm like, I want that wedged in the corner, but still rode the top of the zone very nicely. And it's one gone. Misses low for a ball on the curve. Here comes the 1-0. It's going to be 2-0 after he misses the zone entirely. Winds and fires the 2-0, fouled away. 2-1. And that is hit towards center field, and that will be the first hit of the afternoon for the Kansas City Royals. Driven into center field for a single. Second baseman dove at it but couldn't come up with the ball. And he is injured. Oh no. We have an injury at second base. Oh my goodness. Lorenzo Cain now playing second base for the Toronto Blue Jays after the dive. We have lost players. It was Adam Frazier, I believe, in 2023-ish. 2022, 2023. One of those 2 years where we were so well and good out. Like, we were so out in front that, like, really I just needed to, like, not get injured. And I dove for a ball and the second baseman got injured. That's what we have here today. That is in for a strike. So 0-1. That'll be hit up the middle. The second baseman dives and can't come up with it. The substitute second baseman. Center fielder kind of lollipops that one into third base, and it's runners on the corners for the Royals. Thankfully, the Royals, who have the most fraudulent win of the season, are actually in a pretty good position. It's not like they're going to get in by like a game. They're well over 500 at this point. I probably also need to stop saying it's the most fraudulent win. It was so bad. There's the second baseman coming to make it a play. Where's one? Not in time for two. The run comes home to score, and it's 2-1. Runner on first, so not the worst situation. Wait, unless the Royals already had an out, in which case... I mean, he made a nice play and at least got an out. I think that's what you can ask for in that situation. Oh, it would have ended the inning. Oh my goodness. And if we know anything about this game, it loves punishing teams for not converting double plays that the game was not going to allow them to convert in the first place. One and oh. Two gone here. Kansas City looking to tie. A swing can take the lead. But a take puts them even further ahead in the count. 2-0. And low for a ball makes it 3-0. That is hit out well out toward left center field. Does it have the distance? It does not. It's just off the top of the wall. It's a double. A run-scoring double with two gone. Oh, the failure to convert the double play ends up resulting in 2 runs at least. Placido Polanco. Opportunity to give them the lead, the go-ahead run in scoring position. We complimented this starter for the Blue Jays, Hamels, earlier. He got through the first three batters of the Blue Jays lineup. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. Complimented it compared to, considering his ERA is so high. That is going to be hit to first. Oh. So we'll go to a 2-2, or we'll take a 2-2 tie in to the top of the third. Kansas City comes up with 2. In the bottom of the second, Cabrera, Ortiz, and Nady. The 3-4-5 hitters for Toronto. Cabrera was looking for one swing to retake the lead. Can't come up with it. It's 0-1. Oh my goodness, another huge swing. Here's the line down the pitch from the righty. Cabrera just swinging at everything that's going on up there. That is out number 1. Oh boy. We're going to have another miserable Kansas City Royals extra innings game here. That is low for a ball. And that gets a strike. That part of the zone has been generous to the pitchers. Makes it 1-1. That is upstairs for a ball. Here comes the 2-1. Ooh, man. Ortiz is taking He's taken 4 pitches and he's in a 2-2 count, and a couple of pitches, both those strikes are like right on the edge. Best case scenario, right on the edge. Here comes the 2-2. It is swung on and fouled away.
That's a foul ball.
Well outside for a ball. Here comes the wind and the pitch from the righty. It is low for a ball. So Ortiz does a really nice job taking a bunch of pitches and works a walk. I don't know that he really swung at anything. Was there maybe a foul ball in there? Either way, it's a bunch of nice takes. Gets on base, and it'll be Xavier Nady. Big swing and a miss on the curveball. Makes it 0-1. And a big swing makes it 0-2. As this hitter's timing just a little off. Double play ball is in order. Toronto got... Oop, that's going to be hit to the shortstop. He'll flip the short way to second, over to first in time for the double play. Toronto's defense got punished for not being able to come up with a double play. That would have ended the inning and left it a 2-0 game. Instead, Kansas City scores a run on the failed double play and then puts another one on the board before out number 3. The top of the lineup, 1, 2, 3 coming up here for the Royals. One swing here against the lefty can end it and really put the Toronto Blue Jays' hopes of making the playoffs. Ooh, another nail in that coffin. I am surprised that the third baseman is playing so close there. Why was he... That is a bizarre spot for him to be in. It's going to be rolled... I mean, it's rolled over. It gets past him, but... He is so far up and over that he just doesn't even... He doesn't have a shot at it. So the winning run now on first base. If I'm Kansas City, how aggressive am I with my base stealing? How fast is he? Let's find out by pausing the game. Oh, he's real fast. I'd imagine that they send him. That's inside. Here comes the 1-0 outside for a ball, 2-0. Crowd is coming to life here in the bottom of the third. Lefty sets and fires. Ooh, missed inside, ball 3. That is in for a strike. Right at the bottom of the zone. Does kind of go right over the middle of the plate, but probably not going to do a whole lot. Be able to do a whole lot with it. 3-1. I'll check on the runner at first. He's safe. Safe at first yet again, as they are 99.9% of the time. One time it led to an out, but other than that, (3-1). That is a fair ball. It's going to be around to third. He's not going to try to score, but oh my goodness, that is right. That is so close. Those are the hardest plays to call in this game because you just don't, everything happens so fast. Rolled right up that first base line. Teixeira, with nobody out, has so many ways to bring this winning run in. The lefty winds and fires, low for a ball. Good patience by Teixeira. I think there is a chance that you want to get really excited. You want to be the hero. You just swing at really bad pitches. That was not a good pitch, and he did a good job not to swing at it. That's low for a ball as well. That is, right to third. They're just going to get the one out. Thank God the game chose to send the runner back to third. In this situation, it makes sense for the third baseman to be in that spot, but earlier, not so much. They'll leave Jackson on third. Tons of speed, and still a bunch of different ways to get him in. If they can get it into the grass, it's going to be game over. They get it deep enough, they can. It'll just be out number 2. You can still work with the sacrifice fly. See what happens here. The lefty winds and fires. That is a strike, apparently. Don't know that I agree with it, but it is what it is. 0-1. It's a good take, regardless, because he has been starting behind some of these last couple of batters, and they have been pitches low that have been balls. And he'll slice this one out to left field. That's actually going to get down. That is going to hit the warning track. It is a walk-off hit for the Kansas City Royals, who come back from down 2-0. Frustrating day for Hamels, actually, after he got through the first 3 batters perfectly fine. And he was given a little bit of room to work with. Neil Walker is your player of the game, 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. Luke Hovicher gets the win, 6-5. Cole Hamels gets the loss, 2-7. Ethier with his 6th home run of the season. That is going to put just another nail in the Toronto Blue Jays playoff hopes and dreams. Just put a nail in that little coffin there. (3-2) your final. We get a walk-off. That's exciting. And we will catch you up on scores if applicable. Not applicable. We're going to drop down to the bottom here. Tigers Athletics. We get both of these teams now, the Tigers and the Athletic, or the Athletics and the Mariners. And both of these teams, depending on the result, could be in first place at the end of the night. In the AL West, the Mariners and the Athletics. I explained that very poorly. I apologize. Trying to switch out the thumbnail. While I'm switching out the thumbnail, be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the content. I appreciate it. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Oops. Detroit and Oakland. Detroit 5 games under 500 at 26-31. The Athletics are over 500 at 29-26. Coming to you from the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. There's the word county, I think is the word that I always forget about. Tigers will send Rafael Furcal up first. He is the shortstop, followed by Ike Davis at first. Joe Mauer at the catching position. Pedro Alvarez at third. Raul Ibanez in left. That is a big string of lefties between Davis and Ibanez, and then the switch hitter in Furcal means that they won't see a righty until Adam Jones in center field. Will Venable is the right field. He's back to the lefty hitter. Orlando Hudson's a switch hitting second baseman. And Matt Diaz, the right-handed designated hitter. Josh Beckett, 6-3 with 3.28 ERA, 11 games, 35.2 innings pitched, 28, 12, and 29 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Really great strikeout to walk ratio, 29-12. I think we didn't really need to worry about the hits. There's your Oakland Athletics defensive lineup, as they are wearing their yellow tops. Their mustard jerseys to celebrate the release of The Office in Fortnite or whatever. That is in for a strike at the knees, 0-1. We're underway here in game number 3. And that is going to be hit right in front of the catcher. He'll pick it up, but... oh, he's just barely in time. Oh, my goodness. The speed of the first base line genuinely threw me off. I was not anticipating that being as close as it was. I'm sure he was out by about half a step, but we'll take a look just in case we get one of them there fun clippable moments that I don't do anything with. Oh, he is... I mean, what are we thinking, chat? Heel? Is it when the ball enters the glove, but is the heel down? Because that would be... maybe it is. Man, that's a close play. If he hits that ball 4 inches further, he's probably safe. So 1 down after the swinging bunt results in an out. That is inside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch, fouled away.
No, that's foul.
That stays upstairs. And it'll be swung on and missed. A lot of north-south or south-to-north pitching today. Today. Usually it's been a little more of the east-to-west style. But we've seen a lot of pitchers get the calls at the bottom of the zone and then try to sail it up high. Tried to clip that zone, but missed wide. 3-2. That is flared out to left field, or foul territory. Nobody even tries to get it. Makes sense because there is just so much room to work with. Here comes a payoff pitch. It is fouled again, but that one will be absolutely nowhere near.
That's a foul ball.
Here's another payoff pitch with 1 gone. That is foul. And foul yet again. So just staying alive here. What, payoff pitch number 4? And gets the swing and the miss. Pitch inside. Tries to jam him, but gets the next best thing. Swung on and missed. Take a look at that swing track. Perfect timing, but just couldn't get a piece of it. All he needed was just to get some contact, stay alive, but he can't do that. Joe Mauer, next to bat. Inside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. That'll be driven sky high to the shortstop. And Oakland gets through the first 3 batters of this Detroit Tigers lineup without any damage done. Let's get you set with the Athletics lineup in just a second. Jacoby Ellsbury, the center fielder, will lead things off. Vladimir Guerrero in right field. Kevin Youkilis at third base. Adam Linden at first. Hideki Matsui is the left fielder. Kila Kaahue is the designated hitter. Little string of lefties there between Lind and Kaahue. Clint Barnes is the shortstop. Jose Lopez at second. And Brian Schneider is the catcher. Starting pitcher for the Tigers, D, is Javier Vasquez. 10.94 ERA in 11 games with a 3-7 record. 26.1 innings pitched. He's given up 55 hits. I know I just said we probably shouldn't worry about the hits, but that's really bad to just 9 walks and 19 strikeouts. Yikes. I mean, that's bad. It's very bad. That's outside. Ball 1. That's not a good start. Not a good start at all. That is low. It gets the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Here comes the 1-1. It is going to be rolled over to the second baseman. He scoops it up cleanly. Can't quite beat out the throw. 1 gone. Here's the righty. It is upstairs for a ball. Guerrero gets jammed on the inside, swings on that 1-0 pitch, and it's out from across the diamond. Not a great at-bat. Not a great start here for the Athletics. I think you'd want to try to be a little more aggressive. Or, I don't know. What do you do? I mean, this pitcher's ERA is terrible. He's given up a lot of hits. I feel like that means chances are you'll get a good pitch to hit, but this Athletics, maybe they need to be more patient. They are out quickly. We are done with the bottom of the first inning just like that. 4, 5, 6, Alvarez, Ibanez, and Jones coming up for Detroit. I mean, as a Mariners fan, just kind of rooting for the Tigers to either make sure that if the Mariners lose, they don't lose their first place grip on the American League West, or if the Mariners are able to win, the Athletics lose, and it gives them a little bit of breathing room. But that is just not a good-looking set of at-bats from the Athletics against a pitcher who has appeared to have struggled throughout this season. Ball gets by the catcher, and it's a ball. That's fouled up the third base line. 1-1. That's foul up the third base line again. 1-2. That is strike 3 called to Alvarez. He has a couple of words with the umpire. I don't think he likes it. I'll be honest, I don't like the call. We'll get it from actually a pretty good angle. Hey, it's right at that front knee, but does it count if he kind of tries to drive his leg into it? I mean, that's the spot in the zone that's been a strike all day for all of the games. It hasn't been great, I'll say, but if you know that the umpire is going to give you that strike call or give the pitcher the strike call, you gotta go. You cannot leave your at bat in the hands of the umpire. Ibanez steps up, nobody out, 1 on. That'll be hit foul up the third base line. A lot of balls going up that way. That is outside for a ball. That is hit right back up the middle. The shortstop can't get a hold of it. Would have been a tight play even if he did, but it'll be a hit into center field and a little something going here in the top of the second for the Detroit Tigers. And especially after the Athletics got sat down so unceremoniously. That's a rolled foul up the third base line. That is upstairs for a ball. Here comes the 1-1. That's swung on and missed. One and two. In the dirt, runner retreats back to first. Makes it 2-2. That is in the dirt yet again. Ibanez back at first. Catcher doing a good job to block these. We'll get the slightly dirtier jersey. Here comes the 3-2. It is hit. Oh my goodness, the second baseman didn't even try. He'll round at second as the throw comes in from center. The relay throw really throws off the timing. So Ibanez dives back a couple of times safely, slides into third. He's a very dirty boy over at third base. Will Venable, batting .259, 3 home runs, 10 RBI. And that is a strike on the outside. Okay. If you say so there, umpire, I don't know if I believe it, but it is what it is. 0-1. Runners on the corners. And that is, oh my goodness. Really finding some nice edges here. Is the Athletics pitcher finding the spots in the zone that the umpire is going to give you. That's fouled away. That is in the dirt. Unbelievably, the 10-win Indiana Pacers beat the... What? The Oklahoma City Thunder. That's wild. That is outside for a ball. I mean, the Pacers are just so bad without Halliburton. And they survived 47 points from SGA. Swung on and missed. Oh, you can't swing at that. I can kind of understand why, because the bottom of the zone's been a little ticky-tack with the strike calls, but man, it hasn't been on that side of the plate. Gets the swing and the miss, and that retires him for out number 2. Detroit looking like they are in prime position to get a lead in this game. That's a ball. That's a little surprising. I was waiting for the strike call, but it does not come through. One and out. Pitcher winds, fires. That one misses outside for a ball. That is outside for a ball. And that's a walk. Okay, umpire apparently heard me complaining about him, and now it's a walk, and the bases are loaded for the Detroit Tigers. Looking for a lead in this one. Pitcher does not agree with it. Kicks a little dirt towards him. Catcher's going to come out. Check and see if the umpire's following. Hey, settle it down. Slap his butt a little bit, make it feel good. Matt Diaz, averaging 284, 1 home run, 8 RBI. No stolen bases, 2 gone, and the bases are packed. The wind of the pitch. That's a pretty good location to maybe take a swing at, but he lets it go by. It's 0-1. That is foul up the third base line. No way. No way did they call that a strike on the inside. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Detroit loads the bases but leaves them loaded. That is inside. We'll take a look at the replay. We can look at it right down the middle here. Yeah, that ball is off the plate. Unless it just gets that edge. But I don't know. It's real tough to line up. Man. I mean, at best case scenario, it's like there's a little bit of a gap. Worst case scenario, it's like just the edgiest edge call of all time. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is hit toward the first baseman. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. This Athletics team very aggressive against this pitcher that does not have a very good ERA. You'd like to think that they could slow down just a little bit and try and figure out if he'll leave a pitch for you to just clobber. But Hideki Matsui takes a ball upstairs. 1-0. That's rolled over. It'll be hit to the third baseman. Slings it over to first in time for out number 2. And this Athletics team is quickly going through their outs. It was a very fast bottom of the first. It is a very quick bottom of the second so far. Compared to what the Tigers have done, where they've worked a couple of walks, they've gotten a hit or two, been able to have some runners on. Kaya Hui steps up. No score here in Oakland. Bottom of the second with 2 out. Lefty takes a look at pitch number 1 outside for a ball. Wind and the pitch. That one stays just outside. 2-0. That'll be hit well out towards left field, but cannot get it past the left fielder. That's the best swing that they've seen and the most patient at bat they've probably had all day. Oakland, goose eggs everywhere. Detroit couldn't come up with the big hit when they needed it. No score heading to the top of the third. Raphael for call. It's going to lead things off. That is low. Here's a wind and the pitch. They're going to go for a bunt, but it's knocked back to the backstop. Foul ball. 1-1. Pitcher shakes his head. That's inside for a ball. That's outside for a ball. See if either of these teams can get anything going against each other. It's been an interesting game. That'll be hit to the second baseman. They'll come up cleanly with the ball and fire over to first. Ike Davis, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Top of the third, the pitcher winds and fires. It's kind of a looping curve in for a strike. That's outside for a ball. Here comes the 1-1. Inside. Make it 2-1. Gets under that one just a little bit, and it's going to go into left field where the catch is made. And I think it's fair to be disappointed in the Athletics here, because as we look at Hideki Matsui out there, with how bad this pitcher's ERA is for the Detroit Tigers, we'll talk about Will Oman. 17 games, a 2-0 record, 1 save with a 1.65 ERA, 16.1 innings pitched, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. They are just going down way too quickly. The Tigers, yeah, sure, they haven't been able to come up with a big hit, but not like they're facing a pitcher that has quite the ERA that their own pitcher does. They bring in a lefty? It is indeed a lefty. With 2 outs here in the top of the third to face Joe Mauer. Mauer fouls that away. 2-time cover athlete Joe Mauer on MLB 10 the show and 11 the show. Do we get to find out Tuesday who the cover athletes are? We'll find out on Tuesday. I'll probably go live real quick. And then we'll do our regular baseball stuff. God willing, there is a release date. There won't be, but should get some kind of roadmap, as I had to say, right back to the pitcher. Over to first in time for out number 3. So the pitching change works. It'll be Barmes, Lopez, and Schneider bottom portion of the lineup for the Athletics. Ooh, takes a strike there. 0-1. The wind and the pitch fouled away. Charge! That is outside for a ball. And that'll be rolled up to third base. And fired over to first in time for the out. So the Athletics 7 up, 7 down so far. So Jose Lopez will step up, 1 gone. That's what you're looking for. Takes advantage of a pitch that's kind of left up in the zone. A little bit of a hanger there. And there's the first hit of the day for the Athletics. Ryan Schneider, the lefty, an opportunity here to try and drive him around the bases before we head to Tampa Bay. The righty misses low for a ball. And that is low for ball 2. Here's the wind and the pitch on the 2-0. It's a little more inside. You kind of see that stay up in the zone a little bit, especially compared to those previous 2 pitches that missed low. You go like, are you going to swing at it? Why don't you swing at it? And it drifted in a little bit. It's 2-1. And that'll be hit to first base. Throws over to second in time and right back to first. Double play. Oakland cannot get through. They are swinging so aggressively. They have the 1 hit, but can't do anything with it as it's erased immediately. We're heading to the top of the 4th. Alvarez, Ibanez, and that other guy. Jones. Here's the wind and the pitch hits inside for a ball. Lefty-lefty matchup. It was a good time for the Athletics to bring in a left-handed pitcher. They have the switch hitter the Tigers do at the top of the lineup, but then it is just 4 straight lefties. So this does give them a pitching advantage. Swung on and missed. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Outside for a ball. That is hit into left field, so the Tigers put a runner on first with nobody out. Raul Ibanez is 1 for 1 with a single. See if they can avoid the double play following a hit. That is low for a ball. Swung on and missed. One and one, lefty versus lefty. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ibanez swings under it and has 2 strikes against him. One, two. And that is a swing and a miss. Ibanez down on strikes. That runner on first doesn't have no opportunity to move here. Swing timing is perfect on the 80-mile-an-hour changeup, but just didn't get low enough to get a piece of it and stay alive. Adam Jones, it'll be his opportunity to try and break this scoreless tie. I mean, if he can somehow get that out to like maybe right center field. And instead, he'll take a strike on the outside. That is foul at the third base line. That is foul at the third base line. And low and outside for a ball. What's our count that we're working with here? 1 out, a 1-2 count, a runner on first. Adam Jones at the plate. That's inside. A couple good takes there to get back into this count. We're waiting for anything to happen. Granted, Detroit got absolutely hosed by a bad call on the inside part of the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's going to be hit right back up the middle. How aggressive are they going to be? They're going to make the big turn at second. The throw in from center field is in time. Oh my God. This game hates me. Oh. It's a great throw from center field. This slide is just devastatingly slow. He wasn't the fastest runner in the world, but my goodness. It just kills any momentum that it has. We don't usually see, well, straight to center field. Wow, I just noticed something crazy on my feed. Oh, uh-oh. God, I hope it's good crazy. I hope it's like fun. 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup here with 2 gone as we're in the top of the 4th. Detroit had an excellent opportunity to score in the top of the 3rd with the bases loaded, but couldn't come up with the hit that they needed. That is foul ball. You know, Watch Mojo, they do a lot of top 10 movie lists or top 20 stuff. I do know them, yeah. 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's going to be popped over to shortstop. That is out number 3. That'll retire the side. Aggressive base running costs Detroit an extra out there and gives the Athletics an opportunity with just 1 hit to walk them off here with a no-score game in the bottom of the 4th. They dropped the top 10 John Boy breakdown? No way. Oh, that's awesome. The fight at the Toyota Center better be up there. Shoot, I gotta watch that. I'll have opinions. I'll be like, this is wrong. Here's my top 10 John Boy media breakdowns. Be all sassy. Swung on and missed. I don't know what that voice was. Actually, incorrect. And the top 10 John Boy media breakdowns are as follows. I think that's a little more what I was going for, but it... Righty. Oh my god. Oh my god. These teams are awful. Oakland. The pitcher's terrible. Vladimir Guerrero, please, sir, save us from this hell. These are the games that drive me nuts when they go into extra innings. We had a good extra innings game the other day. And it's like teams going back and forth, scoring runs, they're replying with runs, they're getting runs, ba-ba-ba. This just no-hitting garbage. Thank you! It's not a home run, but it'll put the winning run in scoring position. It at least gives us something to cheer about. Oh my god, is he going to get there? He barely got there. That means that it's going to be real tricky to get him home if he could barely leg out a double to right field. Says uploaded 10 hours ago. Oh, awesome. Kevin Youkilis. That is foul up the first baseline. There is one out, so Guerrero could advance on an out in foul territory. Youkilis takes a ball low and inside. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Way upstairs. Good, nice take by Youkilis. I don't even know. I mean, how do you rank the top 10 breakdowns? Because, like, there was, like, some of them are, like, really long and in-depth. Like, what's the criteria? Is it humorousness? Is it, like, teaching the situation or breaking down the beefs or whatever? That's outside for a ball. Because, like, there was that big brawl, Seattle and Los Angeles a couple years ago. Like, somebody got injured coming out of the dugout or something. That one was really long. That's a good one, but is that what you're looking for in a breakdown? Or you have the fight at the Toyota Center, which is like 2 minutes and just a dumb situation. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is... They're going to give him the strike call. It's right at the bottom of the zone. That part of the zone's been open all day for strikes for the pitchers. 0-1. Winning run is on second base. Youkilis works a walk. And the lefty drive him in to win the game. Save us from this misery of an athletics team that's maybe too aggressive. Swinging the bat against a dude with a 10+ ERA. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is out towards right field. They'll send the runner from second. The right fielder throws it in, and they are going to get the benefit of the relay throw, ruining everything. All right, Hideki Matsui. It's your time to shine, buddy. Please. Please. Save us from this. Foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Runners on the corners. Tried to drive it up the third baseline, but it's foul. Oh my God. Somebody do something. This stupid game. The stupid umpire that called the strike inside that wasn't a strike against Detroit with the bases loaded. Come on. Inside for a ball. Would have been something. Would have been something. Anything. 1-1. Nobody out here. We're in the top of the fifth. Scoreless game. Why is that part of the zone all of a sudden so widely a strike? What? What? That might be the most bizarre hit by pitch we've seen. We've seen some bizarre not hit by pitches, but all right. Detroit has a runner on, and he'll take a pitch inside for a ball. That's way inside. That's way upstairs. The 3-0 pitch gets a strike, and that usually is going to flip things. Pitcher gets a little bit of a wider zone with a 3-0 count. The batters typically let it go. Now it'll kind of flip. Batters usually get pretty aggressive. There's a swing on a 3-1. Before I can really even finish the sentence. Makes it 3-2. That is hit well but driven foul. Into the stands up the third base line. Another payoff pitch upcoming. And rolled up the first baseline. Foul ball. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Those are the pitches that you're not swinging at? Like, what are we doing, game? Taylor Buckholz, 3 games, 1-0 record, 1 save, a 3.86 ERA, 2.1 innings pitched, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And one host who's losing his frickin' mind. Ball is low. Or pitch is low for a ball, rather. Wind and the pitch. Oh my God. I hate this umpire so much. He is so lenient with the strikes against these teams that aren't making the adjustment to swing the bat. 1-1. There's a runner on first. That's, of course, it's a strike. Of course it's a strike. And of course, you're just not swinging the bat. God, these are the games that drive me up a wall. When you're mentally prepared for just like a 3-inning game. Oh my, cool, good, excellent. What a swing! What a swing! When you're drug into the 5th inning in garbage games like this, it's infuriating. The suggestion was made about like, hey, 9-inning games. At least you're mentally prepared for that, right? We're going the distance. We're going. Like, it's a frustrating thing. Like, they're really not figuring out the batting situation, yada, yada, yada. You can make conversation about that. You can commentate that, talk about that. But in these 3-inning games where they're just poo-poo teams, 1-0 is low. Here's the wind of the pitch from the righty. Oh my God. What is this zone? What is this umpire calling? What game are you watching, man? Just the worst. There's no way that's a strike. Obviously that pitch was a ball way outside, but that previous pitch, I don't know, man. 3-1. 2 gone here with a runner on first. At least he put a swing into that one. It does drop right into the left fielder's glove. Kayahue. Barmas and Lopez coming up. No score. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Hui. More of an E on the end of that. See what he can do here. Take a ball low. 1-0. We're going to be here forever. I don't understand Oakland's aggressive swings. I mean, because like Detroit is just letting everything go by, and the umpire is rewarding the Athletics pitching staff with a bunch of strikes that they probably don't deserve. But on the flip side, you have Oakland just swinging at anything and everything that's up there, but they can't get anything on the ball. If you're going to be aggressive and you're going to try and go against a pitcher who has an ERA that's over 10, you better make contact, decent contact. Foul up the first base line. Oh no is right, fan who yelled that. Oh no. Jose Lopez 1 for 1 with a single. Wind hand, the pitch is it's in the dirt. 0-1 thanks to the big ol' hack and swing. And that is just outside for a ball. Good take on a pitch on the outside. And a good job of the umpire to not just call a strike, just to call a strike for fun, I guess. 1-1. Thought about swinging appeal down to first. He does not go. Holds back. Strike on the outside. Makes it 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch inside. Gets the swing, but drives it up the third baseline. Foul. They've mustered 6 hits. The Athletics, against a pitcher who has a 10+ ERA, have mustered 2 hits. This team is god-awful. And the Mariners are sucking farts, so it means that they're leaving the door open for these Athletics, who are struggling against a pitcher with a 10+ ERA. What are we doing? What am I watching? This is miserable. Just going to look and check the... Here it is. Okay, that's not what that was. Okay. He has a 10.94 ERA, Vasquez does. 3-7 record. 55 hits in whatever number of innings that was, which I shouldn't have been maybe so aggressive about. .1 innings pitches. He had a 55 hits. He's giving up 2 hits an inning. They have 2 hits in 5 innings. Oh my God. Foul back. Two and 2 is the count here. Top 6. What is anyone on this field doing? Oh my God. At least when I lose, I have the common decency to give up runs. Oh, I'm so mad at the umpire. We're stuck in hell because this goddamn umpire called strike 3 with the bases loaded. You're giving them every strike in the universe that you can. Do you have money on this game? One and 1 with 1 gone. The wind and the pitch. Foul up the first baseline. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to punch this umpire in the face. There's no way that's a strike. There's no way. And Detroit is being so passive. Just swing the goddamn bat. That's off the plate. That's not a strike. And it's been a strike all goddamn day. Oh my goodness. Tigers swing the bat. Athletics get a hold of something against a dude who's giving up over 2 hits an inning. Well, going into this game, I'm sure that number is either at 2 or under 2 at this point. It was like his is like 2 point something. Well, but he had 26 innings pitched. He's thrown 5. That's 31. Yeah, it'd be 1.8 or something like that. He has dropped that number considerably. Like, it's not, you know, do his credit, if he has that high ERA and he's able to take advantage of an aggressive athletics lineup and he's able to drop that average down a little bit, hey, good for him. That ERA is going to come down as well. This is lifted out towards center. It's an okay. All right. When was the last time we saw a hit? Was it the Guerrero double? So Detroit will head to the bullpen. They'll bring up Boone Logan, 7 games with a 1-0 record, 2 saves, no ERA, 4.2 innings, 1 walk and strikeout. Brian Schneider. That is, of course, that's a strike. Fair ball up the first base line. Going to roll all the way to the wall. Didn't believe that I was actually going to see a hit. He will stand up at second base. It's a leadoff double. The Athletics. Looking to get a walk-off win here. They just got to the bullpen. Jacoby Ellsbury, 0 for 2. 270 average, no home runs. Lefty-lefty matchup here. They're going to go for the bunt. And they will do it, okay. They'll take the sacrifice. I mean, that's executed really well. It drug the third baseman down, easy peasy. And there was no one there. Third baseman, hey, just get the out, no problem. Vladimir Guerrero. That pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Guerrero takes inside for a ball. 2-0. Thought we had something there, but he drives it foul into the stands. 2-1. 1 out here in a scoreless bottom of the 6th. Winning run is on third. Good take low for ball 3. Batters do like to get real aggressive here. We can take just a quick pause. Ooh, Schneider does not have a lot of speed. That could be an issue. I think if Guerrero drives it to center or right, he should be okay. Left field is where things could get a little bit dicey. We'll see what he wants to do. Fouls that one up the third baseline. Full count. Here comes a payoff pitch. It is out to right field. Pretty deep. We're going to have a play at the plate here, folks. Who takes the running start at it. I don't think Schneider got a good clean jump, but because he's safe, because of the relay, I think if he doesn't throw to the cutoff man, if he can get that all the way in, he has him beat. Or the slide animation and that kind of cancel each other out. But no, if he doesn't throw to the relay throw because of the slide animation being so bad, he probably has him. Kind of executed that perfectly if you're the Athletics. They get a runner on, they bunt him over, drive him in via a sacrifice fly. Wow. Vladimir Guerrero, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. He is your player of the game. Taylor Buckholz gets the win, improves to 2-0. Boone Logan falls to 1-1. No home runs, only the 1 run scored. The Tigers out-hit the Athletics, but boy was the umpire calling every strike he could in the top halves of those innings. It was a brutal show to watch. But we're done. We're finally out of it. They send us out of our misery with a 1-0. Maybe the least exciting, kind of an exciting walk-off, but also like the least exciting walk-off that you could have. Let's catch up on a few scores. There were only 8 games to pick from today, by the way. So we did get kind of stuck with a bunch of teams that we've seen recently. But that sometimes is how it goes. Guardians beat the Twins 1-0. Orioles over the Rangers 2-0. The Athletics beat the Tigers 1-0. It is every... Oh, nope, just kidding. Orioles over the Blue Jays was the only game that has not been a shutout. Mariners taking on the Rays. There is a 3-way tie now for the American League wild card, thanks to the fact that the Athletics won and tie the Mariners at 30-26. Guardians sandwiched there in the middle. So, if the Mariners lose, they'd be 30-27. They'd be a half game out of both the American League wild card and the American League West. Over in the National League, the Diamondbacks are 2 back of the Marlins. The Braves are also 2 back of the Marlins. Cubs, Astros, still a reasonable chance. Here we go. We finally made it to our 4th and final game of the day. It's the Mariners taking on the Rays. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. If you're enjoying the content, hit the like button. If you want more, subscribe. Free and easy ways to help the channel. I appreciate it. Let's get that thumbnail uploaded as we flip our analytics back. Sean, you can't be wasting time here. We got enough time wasted in our other game. Stupid Oakland and Detroit. Grumble, grumble. Ian Kinsler is the second baseman. He'll be leading things off. That means it's a lefty for the Tampa Bay Rays. Kurt Suzuki is the catcher. Ian Kinsler, second baseman, by the way. Kurt Suzuki, the catcher. Ichiro in right. Aramis Ramirez is the third baseman. Scott Harrison in left. Jose Tabata is the designated hitter. Travis Hafner at first. Reed Brignac at shortstop. Melky Cabrera in center field. That does take the element of the steal away from the Mariners, as they usually have Brett Gardner leading off against righties. But they do not have that today because it's Johan Santana. 3-5 of the 5.18 ERA, 11 games, 33 innings pitched, 37-10 and 30 hits, walks, and strikeouts. I'm not happy, and I don't know it. I guess it would be I'm not happy, and I do know it. It's stop your feet, mother. Here's the wind and the pitch, and we are underway in Tampa Bay. It's 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 single for the Seattle Mariners. As Kinsler gets on base. I don't know what his speed is. I know that they really like sending Brett Gardner. And I did not catch the steal number. But we can look. He only has 3 steals on the season. That misses low. See what Suzuki can do here. Kurt Suzuki. Been a fun have on the team. That is inside for a ball. A couple good takes there. And this is a lot of what we see is just kind of the aggressive first batter, leadoff batter, especially the leadoff batter in the lineup, followed by a more patient second at bat. That'll split the infield defenders. It'll advance the runner just to second base. But 2 swings, 2 singles, and the Mariners are in business here early. Ichiro Suzuki steps up. Obviously, Ichiro not the home run threat guy, but does have a great batting average of .319. Has driven in 9 runs. That's inside for a ball. I think you want him just hitting the ball around the yard, seeing what happens. Kinsler takes his lead at second. A 1-0 count. It's that strike call at the knees. 1-1. Lefty winds and fires. Ichiro thought about it, but held back. 2-1. That pitch was way outside. That is going to split the defenders. How aggressive are they with Kinsler? He's going to hit third and head for home. He will be safe by a large margin. 1-0 Mariners. 3 up, 3 hits. All of them singles, but scores the runner from second, Aramis Ramirez. The good thing is that the Mariners and the... Oh my goodness, he hit him in the back. Holy moly. It's bases loaded for Seattle in the top of the first inning. As the ball got away from Santana there. Scott Hairston stepping up. That's in for a strike. That is going to be hit. First baseman dives for it. He'll go to second, get the one, but not in time for the second. Mariners score a run on the play. And it will be a 2-0 game as he's yelling, "Ah! I got it! Don't worry!" See if the Mariners... I mean, this at least leaves the double play in order. You kind of like that he went to second there. Just make sure you get the one out. Jose Tabata steps in. He's batting .500. Looks like a very small sample size. He has more stolen bases than RBIs. And I would guess that that would be the case for Brett Gardner. But Gardner's the one hitter. It's this one is driven out towards center field. If you're a Mariners fan, I think you'll take this sacrifice fly to make the lead 3-0. 2 productive outs, scoring runs from third, avoiding a double play. And the game already kind of costs the Tampa Bay Rays 1 run with the fact that it didn't allow them to turn that double play. Because it's just, the game's just not smooth as we see a strike in, or a pitch in for a strike. Which is something that I talk about constantly. This game punishes teams who cannot turn double plays that the game just does not allow. Swung on in, missed at a pitch in the top corner of the zone. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Wind and the pitch is in the dirt. Because if they were able to turn that double play, then it would have been out number 3 with just a 2-0 lead for Seattle. Seattle, though, coming off a series win against the Yankees. They get a little AL East gauntlet here. 3 at home against the Yankees. And a few on the road. I think it's just 3 on the road here against the Tampa Bay Rays. It might be a 4-game set. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't pay enough attention to the calendar. Full count. They are going to put a runner in motion. Unsurprising, because it's a full count with 2 gone. And that's outside for ball 4. So they cannot come up without number 3. They put another runner into scoring position. And you can't do it against the lefty either. It's a couple lefties here at the bottom of the lineup before a switch hitter. Before the lineup flips over. Reed Brignac, he's coming home against this Tampa Bay team. And he will put a charge into that one. It is an out right at the wall. Oh, Needed just a little more elevation to get it over the glove off the wall. 3 runs on 3 hits. Let's get you introduced to the Tampa Bay lineup, who's already down 3-0. Franklin Gutierrez is the center fielder. He will lead things off for Tampa Bay. Go Mariners. Kelly Johnson follows him at second. Jason Worth in right. Brad Hopp at first. David Murphy in left. Mike Morse at designated hitter. Chris Johnson at third. Carlos Ruiz at the catching position. Jack Wilson is the shortstop. I also believe a Seattle Mariner. J.D. Martin is 3-7 with a 6.94 ERA, 11 games, 35 innings, 48-13 and 12. Yikes. 48 hits. Not what you want to see. There, by the way, is your defensive lineup. Franklin Gutierrez is going to lead off against the right-handed pitcher here. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is a curveball that is destroyed out towards left center field. Oh, boy. Hopefully we have a high-scoring, fun one as they are going to try for it. Oh, just kidding. Thought about the big turn at second, but peels it back and is a stand-up double. So 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 double for the Rays. Seattle had a couple of singles in a row, scored a couple of runs, and then they had a couple singles in a row. No, they had 3 singles in a row, scored a runner from second. They scored a runner on a failed double play, and then a sacrifice fly. 2 pitches. Ooh, thought about swinging, able to hold it back. 1-0. Downstairs for a ball. That's inside for a ball. Three and oh. That is low for a ball. 4-0. So a 4-pitch walk after a double. And the Rays with 1 swing can tie it, or they can try and chip away at this lead. It'll be up to Jason Worth. 21 RBI, 7 home run, a 376 average. That's kind of the guy you want in this situation. That's why he's number 3. 3-0 lead looked kind of good, and then all of a sudden the pitcher can't really find the zone. It was 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 double, and 4 balls. He's going to get credit for the strike on the swing, but that's the first strike he's actually thrown that has not been swung at. And Worth is just foul. I mean, just foul up the third baseline. 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's low for a ball. Worth swings and misses. Okay. Brings the cleanup hitter to the plate. Brad Hopp, 206 average, 3 home runs, 12 RBI. No stolen bases. See if Seattle can, what they can do here. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is low. And misses for a ball. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is in for a strike, and maybe you want to take a hack at that, but I guess it's just strike 1, so it's not the worst. And we've seen Tampa Bay be smart about their swings in the game already, so It's a little easier to let that happen after complaining about the Athletics and the Tigers in the last game for 6 miserable innings. That pitch stays inside. It's a ball, 2-1. Runners on second and first. 1 gone. Big swing and a miss there, and good ride through the zone. If that drops even just a little bit, you might be able to get him to sky it into the air, but I don't think that's really what you're looking for. If it drops too much, he might obliterate it to tie the game. 2-2. Righty winds and fires. That's going to get through. Left fielder's going to come in kind of at a soft jaunt. They're going to send the runner all the way around to third as well. That'll be runners on the corners, and the Tampa Bay Rays cut into the lead just a little bit. 3-1. Go-ahead run now at the plate, which is kind of a weird thing to say in the bottom of the first inning, but hey, it is what it is. David Murphy has 1 home run on the season. See what he can do here as that stays outside for a ball. 1-0. Pitcher really not committed to finding the zone. Apparently issued a 4-pitch walk. Did get Worth out, which felt like kind of a big one. Oh boy, that was a dangerous pitch to leave in that location. My goodness. 1-1. 2 on, 1 gone. 2-run lead for the Mariners, 3-1 here in the bottom of the first. That's in the dirt, but blocked nicely by the catcher. Runners slide back to their respective bases, and it'll be 2-1. The righty readies. He'll wind and fire. It's rolled over. Second baseman comes up with it to second for 1. Over to first. Not in time. Both teams have now failed to pick up a double play that would have prevented a run in some way, shape, or form. That turn at second is tough. Kinsler comes up with a big spinning throw over to second to get the first out, but they cannot get it around to first. So 1 on. See if they put him in motion at all. Ooh, we'll get a strike call in the low outside corner. I don't know about that, but it's 0-1. That is swung on and missed for a strike. Win 2. Mariners looking to keep this lead as it's started to disappear real quick. You see a leadoff double, you're like, oh boy. A leadoff double followed by a 4-pitch walk, and it's just, do you have interest in winning this game? Do you want to be half a game behind in the American League wild card race and the West? Because that's what's at stake. If the Mariners lose, they lose control of a division they've had a grip on since the early part of the season. And with only 1 wild card spot, that is swung on and missed. Strike 3 retires the side. 3-2. Each team has scored on the same number of hits. Cabrera, Kinsler, and Suzuki as the lineup will flip over for Seattle here in the top half of the second. Melky Cabrera, batting .351, a home run and 5 RBI. Does have a stolen base as well. Here's the wind and the pitch. 1 pitch, 1 swing. Ever so slightly a foul ball. Into the crowd at the third base line. 0-1. Here's the wind and the pitch outside. Evens the count up. 1-1. Lefty is ready. That stays upstairs. Good take. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the leadoff hitter of the second inning. Santana's ready. That misses way inside. 3-1. That's fouled away. That is drilled out towards center field. Does it get past the defender? No, it does not. Makes the lunging grab, and that's 1 away. Franklin Gutierrez harming his team. He's a Mariner in real life at this time, but playing for the Rays thanks to the fantasy draft. Ian Kinsler's 1 for 1 with a single and a run. Batting over 300 this season. We'll take a look at a pitch from the lefty and misses low. Ball 1. Rays back in their home stadium this year. That pitch misses. High and outside, which is this stadium. This ugly ass dump. Ah, man. Watching games in this place, huh? Pitch is in for a strike. It's that low inside corner. That's been a very generous portion of the zone today. 2-1. And that is crushed out towards left center field. It's gone. Wow. No fanfare for it, but it is gone. I wasn't sure that he got all of it, and then even on that, even if it is like a really solid hit, can it get over that kind of tall fence out there in left? Back-to-back swings, back-to-back contact. That one's going to drop. Hits off the majestic sign, and it will be a double. Stand-up double. I was waiting to see if there was somebody in the area. But that is driven out towards left center field. Puts a runner in scoring position. Nice job by Kinsler, by the way, to get one of those runs back. Expand that lead back out to 2. Give your pitcher a little breathing room. Hope that he can adjust in the dugout, come back out, and get outs a little more consistently. It was a bad start. He was able to finish okay, but you can't rely on your offense continuing to just come up with runs. You gotta buckle down at some point. Santana can't seem to buckle down. He's given up a home run and a double. Ichiro looking to drive in Suzuki. That's fouled away. That's kind of a fun thing to say, considering his name is Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro going to drive in Suzuki. That's fun. Here is the lefty to the plate. Let's see if they send... They will. They'll send him to third, 1 out in center. The throw to third is in time. A double play. Ugh. Mariners score 1 on the solo home run. Johnson, Ruiz, and Wilson coming up for the Rays here in the home half of the second. It's not a good send. Not a good send from second to third. It's not super deep to center. It's not even a great throw. But because of the animations that those defenders at the bases sometimes get, it's just too risky. Though you do love watching it, so I guess that's kind of the fun part. Stays upstairs for a ball, 1-0. So not the start that you're looking for. It's not a 1-pitch, 1-swing, a double off the bat, but he struggled to come up with strikes early in the first inning. That hits the bench as a foul ball. 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is, oh God, he is going with that curveball, and it is not really working well for him. But able to get enough air under it so that Cabrera can come up with the catch. He's thrown a couple of those curveballs that have looked that bad. And he keeps going back to it. It's a little lucky that it was a little too under it. That one misses the zone for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Here comes the 1-1. Ooh, gets that inside edge. One and two. Catcher does a nice job of blocking it, even though there is nobody on base. Oh, does it? Excuse me, body. Catcher doesn't get the call. I look like he tried to frame it a little bit. I don't think that really existed in 2011, but you never know. Fouled away to stay alive. Horrible. 3 and 2. One gone. 2-run lead for the Mariners, 4-2. That one's going to get into right field on a single. First baseman made a dive for it, but could not come up with the ball. He really went for it. So Jack Wilson, go Mariners, steps up. He is the 9-spot hitter. Working with a runner on first and an out. That pitch sails just high for a ball. So the Mariners pitcher starts out, the former Mariner, with a ball. And he's not been consistent in finding the zone, especially on the first pitch. At 1-0, he gets the edge. 1-1. Framing 100% existed. The team framing, maybe not yet, but the practice, yes. Oh, okay. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Two and one. Inside, 3-1. How aggressive does Wilson want to be with a 3-1 pitch? The batter's typically very aggressive, but I'll put the runner in motion and foul it back. What I was going to say is that the pitcher, though, he's issued a 4-pitch walk. Granted, there was already a strike in this one, so it's not the same thing. But he has been just inconsistent enough that maybe you let that 3-1 go. The 3-2 is hit past the first baseman into right field. I don't think you're going to run on Ichiro. You certainly don't. One hops it very accurately over to third. Franklin Gutierrez 1-for-1 with a double and a run. It was 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 double for Gutierrez. Depending on the speed of the runner at first, might be able to tie the game on another double. First baseman's made a couple of effort plays for the Mariners, trying to get the ball. Ooh, and he's going to get an easy one here as Gutierrez pops this one sky high for the out. Kelly Johnson has a walk and a run. The Mariners again walking kind of a tightrope here. They have opportunities to get out with minimal to no damage. That pitch misses low for a ball. He falls behind a batter yet again, 1-0. Makes you a little surprised that Franklin Gutierrez was so aggressive on the swing when the pitcher for the Mariners, has been so willing to fall behind and give you a ball. Big swing and a miss there. The first baseman did make a couple of dives trying to keep the ball in the infield. Just couldn't come up with it. 4-2. Here's the pitch. It's in for a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is popped into left field. Seattle is going to survive this inning. Keep gambling. There's higher and higher likelihood it feels like you're going to lose. Ramirez, Harrison, and Tabata coming up for the Mariners. They lead 4-2 here as we head to the top of the third. Tampa Bay has had consistent runners on base, and Seattle's been way too reliant on them getting bad swings. And especially with how inconsistent the pitcher has been for Seattle, not only with pitches out of the zone for balls, but that is it, right to third base. It sounded good off the bat, but to the hot corner it goes, and it will be out number one. But the second part of it is the curveball that this Mariners pitcher is throwing is so dangerous because he is not locating it consistently, and he's leaving it up in the zone too frequently. Means if you get the right swing on it, it is goodbye baseball. So Santana comes to the plate. There is a one pitch, one swing, one home run. Wow. Mariners get that 3-run lead back to where it started. 3-0 in the first. They gave up 2 in the bottom of the first. They picked up a solo home run in the second and one in the third. As Harrison goes yard. 370 majestic feet. The Mariners have scored 5 runs or more in 3 consecutive games now, after getting shut out 5-0 to the New York Yankees. 5-0, 6-2, at least 5-2. That's a good take right there by Tabata. 1-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's upstairs again. That'll make it 2-0. That is on the outside. Gets the edge. Good take. Best case scenario, 3-0. Worst case scenario, 2-1. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot on that if you swing at it. 2-1 now. That is rolled up the third base line. That'll stay fair. Does he hit the first base? And he's going to go for second. The throw comes up, and it is not in time. Safe at second with a double. It's a little off the bag, but I don't think a video game could ever do a framing mechanic and make it fair. Probably not. Throw to third, not in time that time. Safe at third. Gutierrez already cut down one of the Mariners runners in the last inning. Can't get that one, as the foot must just get in the bag. I agree with you. I think that's accurate. That's a strike on the inside. Here's the wind and the pitch. The lefty fires it up. The third baseline foul. And that's foul up the first baseline. Makes it 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is fouled away, so it'll stay alive. with a runner in scoring position, just 90 feet away from pushing this lead to 4. Mariners have done a good job in the last couple of innings to pick up a couple of solo home runs. Thought about swinging, no appeal. They had that 3-0 lead. It got shrunk to 3-2. They got the solo home run. Stretch that back out to 3. Lefty fires. That pitch inside for a ball. Here comes the 2-2. Inside again. 3-2. And that'll be into left field for a hit, a single with 2 outs. Gets the job done and pushes the lead out to 6-2. They'll bring in lefty Tim Burdick. Burdak? 17 games with a 3-2 record. Not 100% sure on how to pronounce that, so I got a little lost. He has a 3-2 record, 2 saves, 3.0 ERA, 18 innings, 7 walks, 14 strikeouts in those 17 games. I'll bring up Melky Cabrera in for the strike. Oh, and 1, 2 outs. Runner on first, 6-2 Mariners lead. Mariners have scored in every inning so far, which is a bit of a rarity. We see it every once in a while. That 14-run game, Pittsburgh scored in all the innings, unsurprisingly. A little surprised that was not a strike call, but I guess the Mariners will take advantage of that benefit. 2-1. That'll be hit out towards center field. Gutierrez has it. That'll be out number 3. The Mariners pick up 2 more runs, get the lead they had established back in the first inning back, and extend it to 4. 6 runs on 8 hits. It'll be Worth, Hop, and Murphy coming up to try and finish this one off for Tampa Bay. Or extend this game for Tampa Bay. Jason Worth. Worth, 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out to the center fielder. It's kind of funny that it's 404 feet to center field. There's like a 404 error. Oh boy, there it is. That is what I was talking about. Is it enough? No! Oh, he can't come up with the catch. He had it. It's going to lead to a triple. I was talking about how bad that curveball can be. He put a good swing into it, and it's just off the center fielder's glove. Oh, man. So it's a triple. Mariners should have 2 down with nobody on. Instead, 1 out with a runner on third. Wow. 2011, pre-Melky Cabrera getting popped for PEDs. Oh, I think Jolly Olive just did a video about him. He was like, he was everybody's favorite player. Then he got steroids or something. I forget what the title of the video is. That's in for a strike. That gets the inside corner. One and 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Oh, there's that big curveball again. My God. Curveball, changeup, whatever it is scary to look at. 1 and 2. Seattle again. Getting the benefit of some very weak contact from these Tampa Bay Rays batters with runners in scoring position again. It's not a thing you can really keep gambling on. Having a 4-run lead definitely helps, and I think those insurance runs are key. The Mariners are going to be able to hold on for this victory. That pitch stays low and misses for a ball, 1-0. Swung on and missed for a strike. Here's the pitch from the righty. It's way low for a ball. Makes the count 2-1. Rays down to their final out here in the bottom of the third. Pitcher sets and fires. It is going to be hit up the third baseline. Third baseman dives, but cannot come up with it. It'll roll into left field, and a run will score. 6-3 now. Chris Johnson's 0 for 1. Batting .308 on the season. 1 home run. So the first home run, the Ian Kinsler solo shot that they picked up in the top of the second, huge for the Mariners right now. And how different this game looks if Tampa Bay can turn that double play in the top of the first inning. Thought about it, did not swing, no appeal down to first. .2-0 pitch is ready. And he'll drive that up the third base line. It's going to just get him to second. So, okay. Tying run is at the plate with 2 gone. Seattle needs 1 more out here. Pitcher shakes his head as Carlos Ruiz steps in, 1 for 1 with a single. You see the goose egg in the home run column. There are 2 outs. It is 6-3. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is low for a ball. My God, if you could find the zone on the first pitch of an at-bat, it might be a miracle. Winds and fires. That's a strike to even things up at 1-1. Was that a triple? Was that an error by the center field? Oh. Well, can't pause it now. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Rays down to their final strike. But we'll find out what that is in a second as we go to game summary. Box score. Let's see, Tampa Bay. It was a triple. Hop got credited with a triple. Here comes the 1-2. The tying run is at the plate. The righty winds and fires low for a ball. He went back to that big curveball. Big looping doofy pitch. He's been bit on it before. And he just keeps throwing it up there. Here comes the 2-2. It is hit. It's going to get into right center field. It's going to score 1. It will absolutely score a second. It'll be a 2-run, 2-out double as the Mariners cannot find 1 more out. Jack Wilson, 1 for 1 with a single. If he gets it into the outfield, it will tie the game. A 4-run inning would be complete for Tampa Bay. 1 swing can give them the win, 7-6. Here's the pitch. Big swing on the inside. It would have been a ball if Wilson could have held that swing back. But finally gets ahead. 0-1. He's ready for the pitch. Here's the 0-1. It's disgusting. That stupid curveball. The second baseman comes up with it. The Mariners, boy, do they like playing with fire. 6-5 your final. Martin driving me absolutely nuts on the mound today. They needed every one of those runs that they scored to pick up this victory. And that really just isn't how it should be. 4-run lead feels like it should be safe, but it wasn't. 3-run lead, almost wasn't. A 3-run lead wasn't safe for the Pittsburgh Pirates the other day. That'll do it from Tropicana Field. Again, 6-5, your final. Player of the game is Ian Kinsler, unsurprising. 2 for 2 with a home run and an RBI. He scored additionally on a single. J.D. Martin picks up the win. He improves to 4-7. Johan Santana drops to 3-6. Kinsler's third. Harrison second. As the Mariners score 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, or 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Tampa Bay scores in just the odd innings, and that is the difference. The 1 run in the second. That will do it for today's action. Each team with 8 hits. Yeah, the home runs would be the difference. Was a hit by pitch? Maybe. I think there might have been a hit by pitch in here somewhere. Whatever. Either way, Mariners pick up a win, and we have all the scores that we need because we watched those last 2 games. The Seattle Mariners will maintain that half-game lead in the American League West. But I believe it'll be a tie. Yeah, it'll be a tie. Guardians and Athletics are locked up for that top spot of the American League wildcard. Orioles, Angels, 3 games back. Though neither team at 500. So let's let it be a battle between these 2 teams. Let's see if they actually play each other. Oh, they do. Right at the end of the season. They just got done playing each other. It's a 4-game set too. Cool. Actually, the Athletics have a big stretch of games here. Kansas City for 4. Cleveland for 4. Tampa Bay's kind of out of it. And then Minnesota kind of out of it. Interesting. Let's see. We haven't really talked about the standings. Phillies are up a game and a half on the Marlins. All of a sudden. What happened there? Oh, the Marlins lost 2 in a row. Okay. These 2 teams have been battling for a little while. Braves are 3.5 back. Mets, Nationals. You're out of it. In the Central, Pirates lead the Cubs by 3 games. Astros by 3.5. And then I'd say these other 3 teams out of it. If there were more divisional matchups, it'd be like, okay, we can keep an eye on it, but not so much. Rockies only lead the Diamondbacks by a game. It's been a division that the Rockies have been dominant in all season long, which is so weird to say. Diamondbacks and the Padres both felt like teams that never could really get a consistent thing going. I mean, the Diamondbacks have been outscored by 3 runs this season. And weirdly enough, the Padres have outscored their opponents by 15 runs and still have a record under 500. Giants and the Dodgers round that out. Wildcard has the Marlins on top. The Diamondbacks are 2 games back, so their best shot might be just getting the NL West crown. Braves are still hanging around as well, but they are 3.5 back. So they would have a better opportunity in the wild card, whereas Diamondbacks a better shot in the West. American League East has the Yankees kind of running away with it. 6 games left, or 6 games up with this amount of time left. Does not bode well for the Orioles or the Blue Jays, both teams under 500, who you probably don't want to see in the playoffs anyway. The Royals are up 3.5 games on the Guardians, who have been dominating this division all season long. But the Royals are on a 6-game win streak, and the Guardians have been slumping, though they have outscored their opponents by 17 runs. And then we have the American League West, Mariners and Athletics. So it'll come down to the Guardians, Mariners, Athletics, and Royals, though the Royals have a better lead at the Central than the Mariners do in the West. So, all right, that'll do it. That's all our games today. Yep, there's all 8 of them. We got all scores caught up. We'll sim to the date, and we are ready for tomorrow, June 8th. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will head to save slot number 8. Yeah, I will, because I'm a little behind. I will likely be live tomorrow for some action here in MLB The Show to 2011. MLB 11 The Show. Good night. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Giving the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Subscribing for all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Ring the bell if you'd like more notifications for when I go live. I apparently need to go to bed because I am falling apart with all of my sentences. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, for more baseball here on the channel. Taste test going up in the morning. It's Monster. Is it monstrously good or monstrously bad? Find out tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Save complete. Good night.